Welcome back, everyone. We are here for my alt account. I'm sitting at 5-2 at the moment on my alt, so I'm making good progress. I didn't show you my last round. Did have a loss. It was a loss by 1 point, and quite frankly, it all came down to me being a disaster. Here's what my opponent lost to. He lost to my Poggle Django team. He lost to my boss team. He was able to clear the rest. Meanwhile, I just had a meltdown on this Asajj team. I went in on my first attack and I took out Watt, and then I could not could not get through this team until I finally figured out that troopers, even at G12 and without Death Trooper in range, would still clear an Asajj and a zombie. So, with that said, we're moving on to the second match this round. Before we get started, I'd like to thank my Patreons. I did just start my Patreon after the last round, so I'm still brand new, and these people got in right when the door opened, and I couldn't be more appreciative of it. As you saw, I have new graphics for the channel, I have an intro, and you guys are what's helping to make it happen, and I'd like to grow what's on the channel more and make it a little prettier. So, with that said, let's move on to the actual round. And, okay. Here is what we are up against and what I have down. My defenses haven't changed from where they always are. What I'm facing. Up top, really nothing too scary except for this Asajj and Daka team. It does have heavy relics, but it doesn't have Daka modded for max health. She's only at 92, which is nice. And Asajj, not super fast. She's got speed, 225, but not super fast. And since it's 3v3, she does not gain as much speed as she would in 5v5 because of her unique. Down below, I have a General Grievous team, I have a Nuke team, and then I have this Geo team with Watt, where Brute is going to get the tank tech, Spy will get the weapons tech, and Brood will be healing like crazy, so this is going to be annoying to say the least, but hopefully it is not too big of a threat. So now that we've discussed that, let's get to the battle. Let's show you the matchup, and then we'll talk about how I'm going to approach this. I want to try and get through these matchups quicker. I spend too much time talking about them. When I show them to myself, when I first see them, I spend a lot of time analyzing it, and then I do that on the video, and let's get to the action. I'll just point out a couple of the highlights. One, I've got about 20,000 more lifetime banners than him. I have a lot more zones and rounds full cleared. When you look at the roster, he's got an advantage in Zetas. But when it comes to mods, I'm going to have the advantage in mods. So, if you want to analyze the matchup more yourself, feel free to pause the video there, and we can do that. But for now, let's talk about how I'm going to approach these fights. Looking at this guy's history, the Traya Trio still worked against Brood, so I'm going to use that. Then I'm going to use my own Brood against this Nuke, Droideka, and B2 team. And then against General Grievous, I'm going to use my Jedi Knight Revan team, because Jedi Knight Revan is stronger in 3v3 than he is in 5v5. So, that's the plan. Let's get to the action. And here's the board. So, the fight that I'm worried most about is actually this Geo fight. Now, Spy is only G12, so he's not going to be doing as much damage as normal. But Watt's going to be assisting a lot. There's going to be dots, which means that there's plenty of debuffs for Spy to do the big hit on. So, really, I was really hesitating between Traya and CLS here. I'm going to go with Traya and hopefully make it work. So, all 3 techs are out now. Or no, 2 techs are out so far. We'll get the Isolate on the Brute, so he can't taunt even with the tech. Get the cooldown. Now that's going to prevent Watt from putting out the tech that turn. And I'm just going to attack Watt at the start. And I don't want him to get the 3rd tech healing Brood out. So, now, what I need to do here is, because of all the healing that Brute is doing, gaining 30% protection back, it's healing the rest of his team. So, we're going to need to use an Annihilate here, which should come up on my next turn. I'm getting held by Hatred. So, we're just going to hit Spy until I get a turn. Here's my Annihilate. Spy is the only damage threat. I could have done Brood, keep saying Brood. Could have done Brood there, but I wanted to get the damage threat out of the way. I don't want the big hit. I can now easily last until another Annihilate. So it's not a terribly interesting or exciting battle. But I just have to last because these 2 aren't going to do enough damage to kill Sion twice. It's just not going to happen. Alright, save held by Hatred. Not that they're going to kill Sion, but just in case. Alright, one more turn with Nihilus. That's all we need. We're not going to be able to heal up with Sion, so that's fine. Alright, there's the Annihilate. This match is over. I was worried about this the most. Of all the teams that were put on the board, I was worried about this one the most. And it went fairly easy, so hopefully that is a good sign of things to come in this round. Next, we will use Jedi Revan against this General Grievous. So, I just need to get to Grievous taking a turn. Did the 2 AoEs there because I don't have a B2 that I have to worry about hitting me, and I want to start reducing the stacks down on B1. I don't want to kill him, not yet at least. The goal here is to reduce some stacks though, so when he starts healing General Grievous, it's not for as much. Alright. Revan's getting a turn, and I get the mark off on General Grievous. Again, I'm going to do the AoE and spread Foresight. Usually, you want to use your basic to feed Yoda turn meter here. I didn't do that though, because again, I don't want Grievous being healed left and right by the B1. Alright, so we have the B1 down to about 40 stacks now, and frankly, that's enough to not do any major healing. So, get the second mark off on Grievous. Now let's see if we can steal his turn meter. That's honestly perfect. Take that turn away from him, and he's gone. So now it's just going to be, can we restore protection? So we want to call assists here to fill up the Jedi Knight Revan lead, or the protection bar because of the Jedi Knight Revan lead. That's going to kill Magna. he's going to steal more banners. Yoda, it looks like we can at least fill up his protection a little bit. And that's... yeah, I'm not going to fill enough of Jolie there. So, 52 banner, or 53, I did fill enough of Jolie there. I'm not going to argue that. So, starting off really strong. Hopefully that doesn't mean that there's a ton in the back. So, for this nuke fight, we're going to use our Geos. I'm going to save my Dispel for when Droideka rolls up. So until then, we just need to focus on this Relic B2. Of course he puts it on Brood. Alright, let's... So it's a problem that he put it on Brood, because Brood has the Dispel, and I'm not going to be able to cleanse this now. Oh, well, I'll have to cleanse it instead of Dispel Droideka, which obviously is not ideal. We'll use Spy to miss Droideka on his big hit. Alright, okay, let's get rid of this nuke and stop him from applying extortion to my Brood. See, now here's the problem of I have to Dispel rather than heal, which is not ideal. Because if I got a heal off, I would have been able to finish with full banners. Instead, I'm finishing with 51. That did get me to Erodium, though, so at least we have that. So now let's see what's hiding in the back. And honestly, there's Acolyte Cheese, there's a Hux Zeta team. Nothing that looks terribly scary. So, let's talk about how we're going to approach this, because I have plenty of teams on offense now. Alright, so here I've filled in sort of what my plan is here. The Asajj team is definitely the hardest team that's left on the board. So I'm going to use my Darth Revan there, because why not? Then I'll use my General Skywalker down on the Talzin zombie team because, well, he prevents revives, so the cheese can't do anything. And he has the AoE, obviously, for Acolyte. This Hux team, I will use my CLS. This Dooku, Jango, Sunfac team, I'll use Grievous on, because that AoE should take out his Dooku, no problem. Shaak Ti, I'll bring in for this Maul Sidious Vader team. She has heal and dispel, so Vader will put out some dots, and Shaak Ti should be able to correct for that. Coming up in the top section, I'll use my Nest on the Savage, Sith Trooper, and Sith Assassin team. Rex on the Geos, Bounty Hunters. I'll use my JTR on this KRU team, and then I already talked about Darth Revan. So it looks like it should be a fairly, knock on wood, fairly easy way to go about this. So why don't we get it started? Here I'll start with my General Skywalker and just take care of the cheese right away. Alright. AoE, kill Acolyte, kill Zombie. There we go. 55 banners. Starting perfect. Next, I'm going to come up to the top. Just because when in doubt, always make sure you can get to ships. And we're going to use Darth Revan on this Night Sister team. I probably could go in underhanded, but I shouldn't need to. So first I'm going to take away their turns. Then take away their spirit, because when in doubt, crush your enemy's spirit. Take away Daka's, or at least take away Asajj's turn. And there's a perfect round. So 2 for 2 on perfect after clearing the front. Alright, let's go in with my nest. I do only have a G12 nest, which is my only sort of worry here. Alright. Now heal up from that spy hit. Now the idea is Savage is going to be gaining a ton of buffs, which is going to give a ton of damage to Nest over time. So that is the plan. I want to try and take out this Sith Assassin because she can shoot under protection. So if I can get her down first, it'll make things a lot easier here. Now, Sith Trooper does also shoot under protection, but he does next to no damage, so I'm a lot less worried about him. Alright, I don't want the killing blow, because I want to heal Kira up here, because she did lose a little bit of health. So now we'll do the big hit, and there we go. So another perfect banners on the top. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait for the connection. There we go. Alright, so next, we'll go in with Rex against bounty hunters. It's going to be Rex, Arc, and Fives. Arc will give the turret out and get the dispel. We'll start by attacking Boba though, because he is, he's the main damage dealer on this team. And I'd like to get him killed before those thermals come out, and we did. Alright. So, there's Boba gone. Now we have to chew through Bossk. Of course he gets his stun. Basically, I'm just lining up a big hit with Rex if Rex ever gets to take a turn. There it is. Alright. So, we aren't going to get full banners on this one, but I shouldn't sacrifice Fives here. Stupid Dengar. And unfortunately only 51, because Rex did not have full health or protection. Next up will be this KRU team that is missing Old School Kylo and has Special Forces TIE Pilot filled in. Now, he does have an AoE Daze, but he's also very squishy. So, already down to just Kylo and First Order Stormtrooper. And Kylo is ability blocked, so he can't get off this 2-turn stun. First Order Stormtrooper now isn't going to be able to taunt soon, and, well, Kylo's just dead. So, Alright. And let's get the kill there. So, dropped a total of 3 banners on the top. That is, quite frankly, fantastic. Things are lining up well so far. It looks like the Radis is on defense. Look at that. Oh, he has a 6-star Radis. Alright. That should at least make this a little bit interesting. Now, I have CLS against this Hux team. It's a 6-star G12 Hux. And then there's First Order Officer as well on this team. So we're going to kill Hux first, get Tenacity down, steal the turn meter and kill, and then stun and, again, kill. So 54 banners. Next up is Dooku. Now this is probably the one that I'm least sure about, but in my head it makes sense, so we'll go with it. Because Kylo, Dooku's going to hide himself, and so I want to use a Grievous AoE to take him out. Alright, let's see if the AoE does it. It did. So now I just need to go one more turn with Jango's healing immunity. Or damage immunity, I should say. Oh, he had healing immunity. 52 banners, though. It's a little shame, considering the run that we've been going on. Alright. Next up, we will bring in Shaak Ti. These guys are all under-geared. So, should be able to walk through it. I just want to get that Vader gone, basically. Because he is G12 and I don't want a big saber throw. Which he got the saber throw off, but it wasn't that big. Alright, heal up Clone Sergeant. Alright, it looks like Clone Sergeant finished with full protection, so 52 banners on that one. It was an easy battle, unfortunately, because of the healing immunity, didn't get the full banners on it. But we're cruising through these sections. Now, I honestly have never fought a starred up Radis. Nope, stop picking Rex. Clone Sergeant. There we go. So, we'll see how it goes. I mean, there's a reason it's not meta right now. So, let's big hit on Bossk. Let's try and get a taunt up, and it did. Now, they put up deflector shields, which basically means I'm going to miss a little. I will bring in my Plo. Just need to get through this Houndstooth. And this should do it. Yes. Whew. That was brutal from Rey. Make sure my Anakin doesn't die. Alright. Let's try and salvage this now. Alright, big AoE. get Ray out of that game. Oh, right, there's that. Now, Karth. Alright, Karth is dead. That Ray AoE was vicious. Good thing we didn't drop a ton of banners everywhere else, because I dropped a ton there. Alright, so there we go. Even though I dropped probably 10 banners in Fleet, still finished at 2460. I feel good about this. He obviously has heavy offense, so he's going to try and make an efficiency play. We'll see if it works. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I will see you for the next round. My main account is going to be done on a live stream with Xerath. So I'll leave a link in the description to his account, and you can watch my main account's attacks on there. This week we also have Klesso in, so it's going to be a big YouTube bonanza on the live stream. So thank you for joining me, everyone, and have a good one.